Y'all ready? Whether flaming a mic or flaming a blunt, he gon' keep it a bean and say what he want. He was the first one doing his hair, they all stealing. We only gon' give you the truth like Ron Killings. Yeah, guard feelings cause they might get hurt. Got a hold on this game, H fighting Kurt. 16 years strong, even doing this thing well. While these other dudes losing their airs like Gangrel. Look, find a seat while I ride the beat. When it come to podcast, he's the tribal chief. I'm talking Major, the Genesis, Sega, and anything we still wondering about. That's why we got Michaela. As long as he here, you other dudes might shine. The only brother that can outdo the pipe bomb icon. Do it for the people like The Rock. Welcome to the show, introducing Mike Knoxxx. Yeah. Let's go.
And we are here, and we are live with 30 minutes to go before Monday Night Raw comes. What's they call it? The go-home show to Sunday night's main event of the evening. That is what's going to take place. But today, here on the Mike Knoxxx Show, we're going to talk professional wrestling here on the Mike Knoxxx Show. Get my beautiful face on the screen. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. King Von Jr. holding me down. My Ayatollahs to the rock and rollers backstage. 301 King Von Jr. Victorious Ones podcast each and every single Thursday. Make sure you check him out. As well as if you're listening at this point in the show, please, all these years, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Is that so hard? I'm trying to get 50 likes on this episode today. Can I get some likes? If you hate the Mike Knoxxx Show, you love the Mike Knoxxx Show. And if you don't know who the Mike Knoxxx Show is, that's me. I've been doing this thing for 17 years. All right. Some would call me, not me, but some have called me the godfather of black wrestling podcasts. And honestly, I thought that was kind of offensive. Just call me the godfather of wrestling podcasts. It's okay. I digress. This is not busted, and you're not open enough to understand how this could be the show for you. But listen, all that today, I come to ask you, are you ready? I said, are you ready? Are you ready for the week in wrestling today? Because we got a lot of things to talk about. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I am ready. I am here for All In. All In this weekend is taking place on Sunday. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. Especially what TNA gave me just yesterday. Oh, we got a 1:30 Eastern American start time to this thing, to this pay-per-view. I mean, we got Omega taking on Will Ospreay. We got Nightingale taking on Black Girl Magic CEO herself, Mercedes Moné, right? We got the Young Sucks taking on Cage and Copeland. I mean, this is All In. Okay, Kyle Fletcher's on this thing. My man Kevin Knight's on this thing. I mean, and for the Casino Royale, you got what's that damn main name? The old girl's husband and MJF. Listen. If AEW don't do nothing great, the one thing they do very exceptionally well is put out dope pay-per-views. All right, I don't care what anybody say. When it comes to their pay-per-views, and I think they're head and shoulders above every other company. I really mean that to my heart, and I'm not just saying that. I'm being honest. I think they are head and shoulders above every single wrestling promotion when it comes to their pay-per-view. So I want to this show is not about All In today, but we cannot have the week in wrestling and not talk or know that All In is this Sunday. Make sure you guys check it out. But today's show is a show that I want to talk about because a lot of things that happened over the weekend. What's going on, everybody out there? Thank you. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. We're doing ones up. Freckle Sensei in the building. My man Tyshawn in the house as well. Listen, it's about one thing and one thing only. And that is, do you believe in nepotism? That's the question. Do you believe in nepotism? Because I do. And the thing about nepotism is that people actually hate nepotism because they don't understand nepotism, right? They don't have a family member that can put them in position enough to have them understand the Nepo baby magnetism. Now, here's the thing, right? WWE wants to do Zilla Fatu well. They don't bring him up to the main roster right away, although a lot of fans of his, okay, feel that he does not need to be in NXT, that he's bigger than NXT because he's an indie darling. Same thing with AJ Styles' son last night on TNA. Here's the thing, though, WWE. You want us to say, because he cuts a promo, right? And he goes, I'm on a good pause right there. Go back if you can a little bit. Right? Can we go back? Yeah, go back for just a little bit, right? So you sit here and you make this whole declaration of how he comes out and he says, I don't need my family's help. But then you quickly in the contract, WWE, he gets a title shot? For what? What has Zilla Fatu have done to make you think that he deserves a title shot? He's done absolutely nothing. Now, here's the thing, though, wrestling fans. Michael, I don't have a problem at all with Zilla Fatu. I can care less that he got a title shot. He came in, he looks the part. The fans know who he is. It's like any other free agent that comes in the company. I don't care. Wrestling storyline. That's storyline to me. Now, whether you could say, oh, he didn't earn it. Oh, he's spilling the boys in the back. Who cares? If I'm Michael Jeffrey Jordan's son, I'm never paying for a pair of Air Jordans in my life. Ever. My father's name is on the shoe. Hell, I might even expect a free steak dinner every once in a while when I go to Michael Jordan's restaurant in Chicago. I'm just saying. You think the Mannings give a fuck about nepotism? No, but see, here's the thing people don't understand, right? This is what they don't understand and why they don't even understand nepotism, right? Because even when it comes to Charlotte Flair, and y'all know how I feel about Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler. Of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
What makes Charlotte great is the nepotism. Because here's what y'all don't get. It is harder for any great son, child, sibling, whatever, to come into a business and shine. I don't hear y'all complaining about nepotism towards Braun Breaker. I don't hear that complaint. But you hear it towards Fatu because the Anawani family is running roughshod right now. Okay, and your point is what? You have to work the part of nepotism. Charlotte's great because not only does she have to overcome the doubters, the boos, she has to perform better on the microphone, in the squared circle, and in her storytelling than any other female in professional wrestling. Now, this isn't talking about how Jey Uso stole Montez Ford's gimmick. That's a whole different story. We can go back to the story a couple months ago about how all the Samoans have all the black gimmicks all you want to, right? And now to the point that even Montez Ford has even come out in a rap song saying, you stole my style. Because he has. The glasses, the bopping, the going through the crowd. All of a sudden we're watching like, yo, what's going on with the Street Profits? Why they're not on TV no more? Why they got them doing different shit? Oh, because the Nepo baby stole their gimmick. It sucks, right? But the difference I'm trying to make here is that when you're related to someone, it is way more difficult to put that person over than it is to put over Grayson Waller, to put over Tony D'Angelo. Nobody knows them. There's no pressure. They suck. They suck. But when you get Husky Harris coming in as Husky Harris and not naming him Mike Rotunda Jr. or whatever, and you still fix that, you stick him down to NXT, we all know who he is, he becomes Bray Wyatt, the pressure's on. Ask Ted DiBiase Jr., the pressure's on. Ask Davey Smith's son Jr., the heat is on for these guys, okay? This is what they have to go through. This is what makes it difficult for people to get over. So I need people to stop complaining and stop bitching about nepotism. because it's part of the world we live in, okay?
This is Harry Smith, and you're listening to the best damn show in radio with Mike Knoxxx.
You don't like it?
Keep listening. I just thought it was cool to put that up there because Harry Smith's a friend of the program, okay? So that's my first thing today is that let Zilla Fatu develop, and let's not let the fans who ruin everything ruin this guy before he gets a chance. Because all these young people that I know around here, these little, what we call them, the YNs that I know, and the young folks, these millennials, these Gen Xers who are wrestling fans that give me the respect and talk to me and, you know, let me in their conversations as a old head, they love this man. They love Zilla Fatu. So let's just see where that turns out. And with all due respect towards his late great father, Umaga, he died too soon for us to see how great he really could have been. In the WWE, that is. By the time they gave him the Umaga gimmick. Now, the other thing I want to touch on before I get up out here on this short day, because we got Monday Night Raw tonight at 6 o'clock. Y'all saw last week's Raw. I saw last week's Raw. Last week's Raw was good. I couldn't believe, I love Vaughn when we get off air and I go, oh, I get it. They want to talk about this guy now, right? Now they want to like what they did with Braun Breaker, what they did with Obafemi, I love it. What they did with Solo, Shug Sikoa, not joining. We said last week, hey, sit back, relax. Let's watch the hit roll before we all start complaining and bitching. Grand Body P from the UK easily said, hey, I know there's something's going to happen here, right? Freckle Francis says that NXT is lacking a bona fide star. Zilla gives them all that they will keep the Solo treatment in NXT. Nepotism works in wrestling. Every Nepo child has done good and has had a moment. Not every Nepo child. Not David Flair? Okay? I can name at least a dozen. Okay? For what it's worth, Randy Orton's a third generation star. Because the first generation's Cowboy Bob Orton and his dad, Orton Sr., was not the greatest. Okay? So, but I get your point though, right? But again, even with that being said, when I think of nepotism when it comes to wrestling, I'm thinking about the big, again, I'm going to use Charlotte because nothing, to me, Charlotte checks all the boxes. Check, check, check. You know what I mean? Teddy DiBiase Jr. didn't check all the boxes. People were not a fan of him for whatever reason that was. But I also thought they gave him a bad name. And Kurt, Mr. Perfect Son, right? WWE also had to do something which I get. Listen to what Braun Breaker interviewer says. I didn't want to be a Steiner. I think that's stupid, but I also understand trying to make a name for yourself, right? And not wanting to have that pressure of that name. Again, Michael Jeffrey Jordan's sons, they had to be great or they were going to get ridiculed. They were okay basketball players, collegiate basketball players, not great, and they got made fun of. Say what you want to say about Brycey and all them and the James clan. LeBron James did a great thing by getting his son in the league and getting him a guaranteed contract with the Lakers. I don't care what nobody says. That's what you're supposed to, when you in the world. You know what I realized also? Nepotism is only bothered by folks who don't understand nepotism. Because if I had a rich uncle that could put my black ass on Sirius XM because he made it before I made it, guess what? Where do I sign up and suck on that nipple of that nepotism to get myself over? But that's a conversation for a different day, and I want to move on because we got Raw here in a couple of minutes, okay? But this bothered me a little bit, right? Because a couple weeks back, we had a show that we did, Vaughn, and I tried to make it fair. I knew that the conversation from my perspective was not fair towards Spotface of, is Roman Reigns a top 10 of all time? Now, granted, to his point, which I completely disagree with, he gave me every reasoning for understanding why Roman is a top 10 competitor. But when I heard this shit,
but here goes. I think Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history.
I'm gonna pause that part. Let's go back one more time. What'd you say, Conrad Thompson, who's only over because he's friends with Cody Rhodes? Again, maybe not blood nepotism, but it's friendelism. Run it back. What'd you say about Roman Reigns there, Conrad?
But here goes. I think Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. Roman Reigns is what music would call an industry plant.
Do you know what an industry plant is, Conrad? And I'm not knocking your intelligence, nothing like that. I don't know you, you don't know me. But I don't think you know what an industry in music is. Let me tell you what an musical industry plant is in music. His name is Marshall Mathers. Y'all don't like that, but it's the truth. Marshall Mathers was an industry implant. Paula Abdul can be considered an implant into music business. Music is different than professional wrestling, Conrad. This is why I thought your comments were asinine. And I'm always respectful of people's comments, but I thought your comments were asinine. These comments are very asinine because wrestling in itself, and I've been teaching all this for over 18 years, in itself is an industry plant. That's professional wrestling's job, is to find someone to be a plant that you cheer. Here's what people get. They get so butthurt about this. Happy belated birthday, or happy birthday to Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who's made all these things possible. Who said, and I quote, "I will tell you what to cheer for. I will tell you what to boo." Wrestling fans will have them think in their own minds, I'm cheering for what I want to cheer for, not boo what I want to boo. No, you don't. You do not. They sway you in every possibility of how to persuade an audience. You're either going to cheer or you're going to boo based upon what we give you to cheer or boo. That's exactly what a wrestling implant is. So how can you be what the music business would call a musical implant? Go back.
I think Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. Roman Reigns is what music would call an industry plant. They pushed him so hard against the grain, down our throats is...
Down our throats. Cena, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Yokozuna, Andre the Giant, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair. What are you talking about? I do not want to hear ever again from any wrestling journalist that does not understand that concept. What do you, I say, I've been saying this and preaching this. You cannot name a wrestler who has not been pushed on our throats. Don't you dare sit and tell me Stone Cold, we wanted Stone Cold. That was what Vince wanted you to want. Everybody wants to say, fuck my boss and beat their boss's ass. Vince knew that. So he debuted him and featured him in every single segment. Back then in the Attitude Era, The Rock, HH, they all were shoved down our throats. They started the show, they had a segment somewhere in the show, and they closed the show. That's exactly what their job was to do. Go back.
Here goes. I think Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. Roman Reigns is what music would call an industry plant. They pushed him so hard against the grain, down our throats is the phrase. I just don't know that there's any really, truly fanatical Roman Reigns fans. He's Goldberg if Goldberg worked more than 10 minutes.
Are you high or just incredibly stupid?
Listen, I don't know if he has, what was the last part he said?
Reigns fans, that there's any really, truly fanatical Roman Reigns fans. He's
when the last time you
Goldberg if Goldberg worked more than 10 minutes.
Are you high or just incredibly stupid?
Because I think you're both. Okay? Everywhere wrestling goes, there are ones in the air. He is the top merch seller. How can you mean there's no true Roman Reigns fans? Because if there were not, then he wouldn't be the number one merch seller. I'm confused by this whole take now. You don't like somebody, that's fair. Coach P is not a Roman Reigns fan. That's okay. He understands, he supports. And then the conversation goes further, where Bischoff says he has to agree But we're also on my Bischoff, who, again, I will never try to go against my wrestling knowledge versus his when he ran a wrestling company. He started the NWO, but he also that he ruined the NWO also. Okay? So I also think, from what I know from wrestlers and older wrestlers in this business, when they don't create something, they don't give it any credit. He called this man Goldberg if Goldberg wrestled 10 minutes. I'm sorry, Goldberg don't talk in a microphone ever. Goldberg don't take methodical matches. Goldberg has not had a storyline that is arguably the greatest storyline ever. It may not be more impactful than the NWO, but it's the best storyline arguably in wrestling history. This whole thing threw me off when I saw this. I saw David Otunga talking about it. I saw Stevie Richards talking about it. JBL was talking about it. And it just brought me to my attention like, huh? I am completely lost. What the fuck are you referring to, sir? If Roman didn't have legions of fans, he wouldn't have had the title reign for 13. Now, that part I don't know about. I don't think the legion of fans have to do with that necessarily. That's what the company's doing. Right? He even goes on further to go and say that if Roman left today, he thinks the bottom line for WWE would not be affected. Let me just answer this question for you. When Roman's not on a pay-per-view, the numbers show you the company's affected. I'm confused. Earlier, I guess we go back to check. Okay, The Rock didn't check all the boxes first either. No, he didn't. Die, Rocky, die. But Conrad, I was like appalled when I saw this, because I'm like, what I know of him, I don't listen to wrestling podcasts. I just don't. I've created this thing 17 years ago. They came and stole the business. Those who are, the Jerichos of the world and the Flairs who started their own podcast, which, by the way, the very first podcast from a wrestler came from the best damn show on radio networks, which was Ahmed Johnson's Behind the Iron Curtain. Go check it out. Okay, we broke the news first about Kamala needing to have his leg amputated. We did that. Okay, but when I hear of him, I almost hear great things. I do always hear, hey, Conrad's this and again, I know that's Cody Rhodes' buddy. But to say that, again, opinions are opinions. Let me make sure that's understood. An opinion's an opinion. But I believe as a journalist, as a studio production journalist major, it is my job to find the truth in things. And I don't see how overrated, again, your choice. No fans, what are you, blind? The bottom line wouldn't be affected. What are you, blind? He's like Goldberg? Not at all. And this is no disrespect towards Goldberg. Goldberg was the man. 181-0 or 180-0 or some shit like that, right? Like I don't knock Goldberg either. But to compare Roman Reigns to Goldberg, it's like comparing David LaGreca to Mike Knoxxx. No offense. One is short and Jewish, one is tall and black. The only thing we have in common is that we both love wrestling and do wrestling shows. That is it. And Dave LaGreca is a friend of the program. I love Bust Up in Radio. This is no disrespect towards Dave LaGreca, okay? This is Mike speaking from what the fuck is Conrad Thompson fucking talking about? Excuse my language, mama, but no. He's fucking insane. You don't have to think he's top 10. I think that's fucking insane because he is. He's borderline. He is borderline Mount Rushmore of WWE. Borderline. Because you're not going to take off HH. You're not going to take off Stone Cold because our hearts, they pull in our hearts too much. Right? You're not going to take off The Rock and Cena. That's legitimate to me, the WWE Mount Rushmore. Coming up fifth, holding it down. If there was a fifth place for Mount Rushmore, we all know it would be The Undertaker. After that, fucking Roman Reigns is right fucking there for what he's done for this company. He took this company from a pandemic to now doing 2-night WrestleManias to 2-night SummerSlams, soon to be 2-night Royal Rumbles. To say that this man is overrated is an insult to any degree you have in studio production. We're going to get our asses to get ready to get up out of here. Like I said, Raw starts at 6 o'clock tonight. That's when we came today at 5:30 as opposed to coming at 6 o'clock. I appreciate that. And when we're around here, we spell facts Faxxx. Because, you know, Mike Knoxxx, 3 X's, just let you know that. Vaughn chimes in, I would take the world of legends over Conrad Thompson and the IWC. Again, we have to stop with the IWC term because we're in the IWC. It's like that thing, and I know you go to church, Vaughn. Are you in the world or you're part of the world? Goddamn trick-ass question, right? But the answer to the question is that I'm in the world. I'm not part of the world. I'm in the IWC, but I'm not part of it, meaning I don't subscribe to their ideologies of professional wrestling and how things should be. But I'm part of the internet wrestling community. We're on the internet. It's wrestling we're talking about. This is the community. So with that being said, Vaughn's going to have his segment next for us next week. Happy Kobe Bryant Day. All right. May Kobe Bryant rest in peace. And listen, wrestling fans out there, do me a favor. Like, follow, subscribe, comment below. Let me know your thoughts about this show and other shows. This week, we'll be back next Monday to have a big all-in show with a little bit of Saturday night main event. Or Sunday night's main event twinkled in there, depending on how bad or one is. A lot of wrestling next Sunday. That's all I know. A lot of wrestling next Sunday on a 2K weekend. 2K comes out in 2 days. Damn you, 2K. I'm still enjoying Madden right now. But listen, guys, do me a favor. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. And know that Mike Knoxxx, who are you rooting for?
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
Why?
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Please, guys, do me a favor. Understand.
Message.
I mean, that's all you got to do. Because, you know, I know somebody who says something all the time that make no damn sense.
Contrary to everybody going out there and saying, you know, online or whatever, this is where they're going. I know. I talked to a dude who to another dude that talked to a dude that said he knew this. I can tell you none of them know.
None of them know. So stop thinking you can compete with Mike Knoxxx. Just get out of here with that. I mean, seriously, like Conrad Thompson.
Stop it. Get some help.
Please, are you high or are you stupid? And for all those who keep thinking they can compete with Mike Knoxxx, I keep begging you, please put your link in the bio below. Let me know when I'm able to come on your show and give you this intelligent, intellectual wrestling conversation. Because you don't have none. So when you think you can beat Mike Knoxxx,
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
yo, Matt Riddle, send me home.
Hey, this is Matthew Riddle, the King of Bros, and you're listening to the Mike Knoxxx Show
on the Mike Knoxxx channel. Listen, guys, and know for one thing and always and forever, we gonna love our... Oh, I'm sorry. All my boots and hoes. Listen, we out of here, y'all. Fingers.
Bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast.